Yeah, you know, we had our belly showing.
Yeah.
No long sleeves, you know, different things like that.
Yeah.
Our coach told us we were going to do that. I remember we were getting ready to go out, and Coach McIndoe was all buttoned up, and we're like, hey, what about no sleeves? You know?
That's
we
you.
call him out.
Yeah, that's you too, Coach.
Exactly. I think it was Andrew Valanic or Alex Terry, and one of them called him out. And so he was over there shivering, lips blue. You know, he was just as happy to win that game as we were.
Feeling better than I ever been. Cairo in his bag, this beat is heaven sent. Back up in my element. New whip, trunk up in the front, I whip an elephant. It's all limo tint, that's how you move when you the president. You ask the off stream, treat them like my last name. Disrespecting, you just signed a check for a long day. Appetizer rappers, you will never be an entree. Really, you a condiment, and I hope y'all follow.
Hey, welcome to the Players Lounge, presented by the Rockin R Bar. It's your boy Josh Perkins. I'll be sitting with some current MSU players, some former MSU players. We're gonna chop it up a little bit. I wanna take a second to thank all our supporters out there. It's gonna be a great season. It's gonna be a great show. Let's go Cats. All right. Here at the Players Lounge, here with my O-line, you know what I mean? The people that everybody love, people that no one knows, and we try to keep it that way, right?
Right.
I'll introduce everybody, like give them your name and your hometown.
I'm Russ Reimer from Camas, Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marcus Wehr, Billings, Montana.
Billings?
Yeah.
Leo Davis, Billings Heights.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Y'all team played each other there, right?
Yep.
I think so.
Yeah, you went to West or Senior?
Central.
Central?
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
No, never.
No, I never did.
No.
Yours was a private school?
Class A.
Class
Yep,
A.
they're a Catholic school.
Yeah.
On the public. Huh?
Who would have won?
We played Central my freshman year. Our freshman team played their JV team. I think we thumped them.
Okay.
I mean, my
It was wing T versus wing T. It was kind of interesting.
Same.
The fastest game of my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, running the ball the whole
It's like
time.
95% of the time. So.
Yeah.
Because the O-line was ruling everything.
Oh, it was.
So-
Yeah, gapped out linebacker.
Marcus Weir.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's one of those, when both teams run a wing T like that, I mean, halftime comes, boom.
Yeah.
But you
Oh, like in a blink, huh?
Yeah. It does. Unless you're on Waggle, but even then, that's only a 5-yard handoff. You know?
Well, as a parent, that's the games we love. Because we can get up out of there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
get home,
saying?
get rid of that
Yeah.
fidget.
That's what it is.
There's tingling, huh?
So when you came over from Washington, what was one of the biggest transitions you had, like, coming to play in Montana? Was it the weather? Did you come from a small town, a big town?
I'm near the city. So I guess that was the biggest difference. It was like around me is a bunch of stuff that's going on, but Bozeman is like kind of secluded. Still a big town, but there's a lot of stuff going on.
Okay, yeah, stuff to do type thing. All right. And was you always a Bobcat fan?
No, I wasn't actually. I was the over the hill fan.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately,
no,
but I was.
we had Rodney Orton here. He's like a third generation Grizz. So.
I was young and dumb, so.
Okay, that's what we call it.
Yeah.
Can't spell dumb without UM.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you transition? Kind of in high school?
Yeah, like
realize that?
I think the 2018 game really like made me come here. Like I felt like a team that can withstand that. Like what were they down by? I don't know. It was like 20 something. But
Yeah.
if you can come back from that, I think that shows the type of team you are. And so I wanted to be a part of that. So
Okay, that's dope. And what about you?
Hey, for me, it was a culture, it was a tradition. We were state champs my freshman year, state runner-up my sophomore year, my senior year. We were like the best 2-7 team in the state,
Right.
you know? And it was just that transition from going from a small town program. I say small town because the Heights is different from the rest of Billings. You know what I mean? We're like our own town. And coming from like a blue collar, hardworking, nobody dance, nobody talk, to come here where you can be yourself and win, that was a major thing. Yeah,
Okay.
be a winner.
So about growing up, like, you know, I guess like if there's somebody, you know, watching you right now, cause you obviously you was big your whole life, right? Type deal. Was issues like that, like growing up, like figuring out your body, understanding this is just how I am, or was there any like down times or low times or anything like that on the self-esteem tip? Or
I mean, there's been some low times in my childhood, but
how did you overcome them then? Like, was it family? Was it religion?
I think I just accepted it. I knew I was a lot bigger than the rest of the other kids, and Like back then, I would take it as a bad thing, but if someone calls me fat now, I'm like, thank you.
Right? Yeah. I just took 17 shakes this morning, so I'm trying to get to that point. Yeah. What about you?
I came in at 216 my freshman year, so I wasn't big. I was actually came in at defensive end.
So where you at right now? Wait, what?
95.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long journey.
What'd you come in at?
270.
Where you at now? You was a big boy. Yeah, you good.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it was bad weight.
Okay. It wasn't good 270. Okay. It was hot dogs and it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's still little, but yeah.
And what about you? What was you?
For me, my nickname growing up was Big Baby because I had the baby body, like the little soft love handles. But I was only 225 when I got here.
Oh,
when I
really?
left, I was 325.
Yeah, no, you was
Yeah,
big.
I had to be 325. When we got off the plane at Sam Houston State, they weighed us, and I was 325. My last
You
game.
was surprised yourself when you said
I was like, whoa, everything is bigger in Texas.
include my belly.
Yeah, even this one right here, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I want to go focus on you guys real quick. The Don Joy Mafia, right? It's the O-line room. What you guys think is the trigger to you guys' success? What separates you from other O-lines, from other programs? Because you guys have had like consistent amount of success. What is that? Is it the culture or what is it?
I'd have to just say coming into that season, we just kind of had the underdog mindset.
Because you lost so many people, right?
Yeah.
Coming into the next year.
And the media wanted to say that we weren't skilled enough, not enough experience, and we just kind of took that and ran, and we just wanted to show everyone up.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we were like the misfit toys. Like I was a converted D lineman.
Yeah, first year. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Rush and Perk were the only returning starters, and you lose Lewis Kidd, who's in the NFL right now. Like, there's not really high expectations for us, and we just went to work, and we were out there before everybody else at practice, and we just went to work.
Yeah, and losing dudes like Lewis and Tui and Red, it kind of forced us to take a leadership role.
Okay.
And I think that helped us a lot.
It was almost like it's actually a bad analogy, but like if a dad leaving family or something, the oldest boy got to step up now and kind of take care of everything. So they kind of helped you guys. Is that what maintained that culture? Was those guys like Big Lou and Tui and all those set that tone for you guys as far as the group and stuff?
Yeah, and I think we just kept the tone alive. You know what I mean?
Okay. And now you passing it on to some of the younger guys that's coming up now. So how do you gonna maintain that edge that you guys had last year going into this year after having a year of success?
Yeah, I like to say don't let last year's success dictate this year's work. So like we can't, like, that's in the past. Like nothing matters last year. So we got to put in this year's work, and I think we got a good start in the summer here.
Yeah, everybody in and everything like that. And then, so as far as you, when you first came in, do you see a difference in the culture in the O-line room now than maybe when you played, or do you see it's the same thing?
I think it all started with like what Coach McIndoe instilled, because we were just, I was a defensive line convert, defensive end, and then my sophomore year is my first time playing O-line.
In your whole life?
I played
like-
wing T, man. I was a glorified tight end.
Okay.
You know what I mean? On the hip, pushing it down. But yeah, I played O-line in high school. But like I said, I could have been a tight end, could have been just a defensive end. So when I got here as a defensive end, I got moved over. It was the first thing Coach McIndoe told us, man, mental toughness, extra effort. He's like, look around. And going into fall camp, and you only got 6, 7 dudes in the room. You got to play 1s, 2s, and maybe 3s. Because other than the freshmen or the walk-ons that come in and fill in, but for us it was next man up. But we had to run all the reps, and for us it got started there.
Okay.
Tough notes
from there.
Yeah, just grind. And there's nobody else, and nobody knows we got a job until we don't do it. So let's do our job. We don't want to be known. And that's kind of the culture that I feel like started because Coach McIndoe already had a legacy before I got here. Guys like Jeff Hansen.
Yeah.
There's a couple other guys, I can't remember their names, but I remember who they are, and it was.
So you already had something to aspire to.
Right.
Look toward, like I got to be like
Lou
that.
Salcido,
Okay,
Mike
yeah.
First and Jeff Hansen. Guys that played in the NFL, guys that one did their thing. And for me, it was like, man, I want to be like that guy. And they were cool enough to be like, yeah, be like me, be better than me.
And I'll give you some tools.
Yeah, I'm
like
like teach you
that.
some things. Hey man, on your first step, maybe only keep it this, 6 inches, or like on your hand placement, like that first punch, keep your thumbs up, different things like that. Just little things that put you on game, you know what I mean? And it really made me want to play harder.
Yeah, and you kind of learn to listen. I mean, Lou was
like to teammates,
and take
coaches,
that and really put it into your game. Like
and you actually see it work too.
Yeah.
To get that satisfaction too.
Like first time you try it, you're like, nah, this don't work. But then you see Big Lou do it, and you're like, oh, that looks really good. And Lou was a big help with me, and just getting my steps down, using my hands, using my length. So
yeah, I think some people don't. That's one thing in the pleasure I got, having a boy that's O-lineman. Now I'm more involved, I guess, in intricacies of playing O-line and how much more. I really thought you guys just lined up and just started to just stay in front of people. But it's a different person every play. Might be a different angle, might be a different step. Parts of that. So maybe that translates to my next question. What was it? Was it harder for you? Because I always ask this question because for me it was a scheme. Was it the physical aspect of coming up to play college ball, or was it the schemes and the playbook part for you when you made the jump from high school to college? What was tougher, the physical part or the playbook?
I mean, the weightlifting coaches get you right. So so I think it may have just been the scheme. In high school, we would have like 15 plays, right and left. So it wasn't like that hard to like understand. But here it's like you really got to study the playbook.
Yeah.
And know the different looks to different defenses, and you got to study the guy you're going to go against. So
Yeah.
I think scheme wise, it's a lot harder.
Yeah, I'd probably say scheme, but also like the weight room, just because I was 215, so getting up.
You had a lot of work
Yeah,
into
a
that
lot
next
of work.
step.
It was like
you look way different than I remember when you first came in. That's why I was tripping off.
Yeah,
too.
like 215.
Your face wasn't like
240, no. 260, 280, 295. So yeah, but definitely the playbook. When I first moved to O-line, it was like, okay, like what am I doing?
Did you feel like you were swimming?
Yeah.
Anything like that?
But then,
you know what I'm saying?
you start like everything kind of works with each other. Every play is kind of similar but different on the outside. So you kind of learn that. But the toughest thing is just, when you see this front, what are you going to do with this play? Like that's probably the hardest thing as an O-line.
Yeah, for you, when you switch
Same
over
thing.
from D-line to O-line, was it the game planning?
Well, it was the game plan. I learned more about defense playing offensive line than I learned about defense playing defense.
Oh.
Because we see different defense every day. So while I'm watching safety and corner rotation, I know a blitz is coming. And I'm telling my wingman, like, hey, here we go.
Oh, but you go defense. You never had to worry about that or know that.
It was your gap. It was like, man, your gap.
That's pretty good. Okay.
Yeah. So it was pretty much like, you go here on this play. Make Bobby Daly look good. You know what I mean?
Stay in front of these two people so he can run through.
He gonna get through. Yeah,
Okay,
so,
but as far as O-line, you really got to know the whole defense.
Gotta know the defense.
Okay, I didn't even know that, to tell you the truth.
Not only that, but like you said about the playbook, man, it's thicker than the New Testament. And I was like, whoa, I didn't know we had this many variances for like inside zone. I thought an inside zone in high school was just step to that gap and whatever comes your way. But for us, man, being able to communicate, not only, to identify the linebacker we're going to move the blocking scheme to, but also have the what ifs in mind. And then also having to be smart enough when you got a freshman quarterback like Daenerys and be like, hey, bro, we can't run this right now.
Oh, really?
Over here. And he's like, yeah, you're right. So we check out. And so just being able.
If you didn't have that knowledge, you wouldn't even be able to help him. So
no, it wouldn't. But a lot of time in the film room, the schematics. But I think for me, it was a technique. Being an athlete is a double-edged sword, man. You come in and you're like, oh, I'm a banger. I'm going to put my head on everything. But you can't do that in the pass game.
No.
For me, I grew up thinking you can't hit what you can't see. So, my face mask was always getting,
but that ain't the right fundamental way.
Yeah,
right?
the fundamentals. Get your head out of the block. Use your length, use your leverage. Half a man way more than a whole man. Different things like that where there was so much instilled those first couple years I played offensive line. My senior year, I was like, okay, I'm ready.
So let's say y'all same way things. So y'all got to almost know the whole defense in order to do your job at that point.
And on top of that, not only you got to know your job, the rest of the other guys need to be on the same page.
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
just takes one to screw the play up.
The whole play off of one thing. So that's where the trust got to come in too, right? And that's built over reps, built over relationship and stuff inside the rooms. Do you have some times like, I'm not going to put anybody on blast, but I remember I had some safeties where I was just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like you knew they wasn't going to get the checks right. They been messing up in practice all week. There's some guys every now and then where you be kind of nervous a little bit about them, and then they kind of earn it through the gameplay.
I mean, sometimes they look like they're coming and then they trick you, and then you audible and it screws everyone else up. So
Yeah.
I would throw everything off. So, cause I was talking to some of the DBs and stuff like that. It's like we kind of know when they mess up, right? So I was just trying to get like more in like their mental, like how do you get over? Cause one thing I focused on. I mean, I struggled with when I played here was like shaking off bad plays. For whatever reason, like I had a real tough time with that. Like it'll be like that whole series. I'll be still just like pissed, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like I can't, for whatever reason, I was just trying to think of some things. So same thing for you guys. Like if you mess up on the play, even though maybe not everybody know it, he know you didn't do it right. The coach know you didn't do it right type thing. So do you guys rely on something, or you just next play, next short memory, or how's it for you?
we always say good play, bad play, next play.
Yeah.
Yep. The next one.
It don't matter. It don't matter if you screwed it up, if you did good. You're on the next play, and that play is
Okay, even if you pancake somebody, we ain't celebrating. You moving on.
because everything starts with the whole line, and like if we're in our head like thinking, oh, like I mess that play up, then you're just gonna keep screwing plays up, and that's not good for anyone. So
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It almost put you in the funk at that point.
Yeah.
To get all that.
He can't get in a funk as an offensive lineman. I mean, when them live bullets are flying, he's just got to be able to, like he said, good play, bad play, next play. So for us, it was like, hey, on to the next one. Hey, I messed up, but hey, I'm gonna get it back. Watch, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was saying something about that? Somebody like it was a balance thing. You know what I'm saying? They teach us as the balance. Like, okay, I'm just down one right now. Yeah. Oh, it was Mouse actually. He was like, actually, when he messes up, it actually motivates him more because he feel like I gotta get back balance. You know what I'm saying? Or at least back up, type stuff. So actually, he said like when I mess up, it's like I play a little bit better. Almost after that, which is almost total opposite of me. You know, I was just thinking of.
we strive to just be consistently good.
Yeah.
We don't need to be pancaking someone every play. It's if you're consistently good, you're gonna have a good game.
Okay.
If you screw up, go a million miles an hour. You know, that's what we always say. Like,
Okay.
I think that's the hardest thing is just like sometimes you just remember a game for its bad plays. Yeah. Like you can remember 3 plays. Like even though you may have had a good game and you kick the other teams, it's like you just remember those 3 plays and you're like, you go in the film room and you're like,
And then coach really rewinds the play.
I remember coach saying, "What did you say right here?" And I said, "I told him to throw it." Throw it. Yeah, come on, man. Hey, hurry, get it done. And then it happened. And for me, talking about the trust, like my sophomore year, I had to earn everybody's trust. They had all been playing with each other. You know, at least for
you was the new guy.
I was the new guy
that they didn't know for sure.
Yeah, and they were like, I was a defensive end going against them in practice the season before, and they were like, man, we know you can play, but can you play offensive line? You know? And it was more like I had to own myself. I had to owe it to my boys, you know?
Yeah. That's that same brotherhood.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like, you don't want to let your brother down type deal, right?
Oh, never. And so for me, there was a lot of pressure and anxiety, I think, my sophomore year. And the more I got comfortable, like learning the schematics, learning the playbook, and letting my teammates be able to trust me. But I had some great teammates, man, like Conrad Burbank, Ben Tanal, and guys like that were, you know, they'd be like, hey, nah, Oos, like, we running 12. Okay. All right, my fault. Okay, yeah.
Sure, I got you.
You know, or just different things like that. But, you know, being an offensive lineman, man, it's like being just a real human being. You just take it as it comes. Sometimes you get hit on the chin. Sometimes you pop one on the chin. You know what I mean?
But you got to
keep moving. Might be, huh? Yeah, you can't look behind you. And being an offensive lineman is like driving a nice Corvette, man. The windshield bigger than the rear view, you know? And so that's, even though we can't fit in a Corvette, but, you know, it's nice.
It's almost the same thing now. No, that is a good point. So with the, like I said, going into certain games, do you have like a certain mindset? Do you guys look at that like type stuff? Like, I don't know, like we're talking about DBs, like, oh, he's the number one receiver in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to man up. Do you guys look at that? Like, this is the number one defense in our conference, or this and that? Or every is it different games? You bring something, or is that just the same thing?
I mean, there's a sense of like film room. You're watching them, and I mean, I
see like, oh, he's pretty good.
Yeah,
type shit.
yeah. But I don't know. I don't let that mess up my game.
Okay.
I don't know. I just get in my zone and I play. Best of my ability.
So okay.
Yeah, I feel like I treat, like, obviously this is a good guy, but I like being on that island. Like I like being a solo block. Like that's my favorite block.
Yeah.
It's because it's me and you. That's it.
Let's
like,
go. Huh?
Let's go.
Catch a fair
like
one, huh?
don't try to finesse me. Just take me on. Like yeah. That's what I feel.
That's how I felt too. I don't think I changed anything. For me, when I approached the game the same time or the same way every time. Put my pant legs on one leg at a time, because the guy across from me is gonna do it. I don't care if you're All-American or a red shirt. I'm gonna give him the same treatment. Yeah, I'm a point A to point B and hopefully point C, which is on your back. Yeah, and I'm gonna pick you up and I'll say, hey, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it next play. Watch.
Yeah.
Watch.
It's just the first quarter.
Yeah. First series.
Yeah.
You gotta set that tone.
And it's ultimately you against you.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, it is like that. Do you guys? Is that first series pretty big? Like that first snap, that first.
That's the
That's like
biggest drive.
that's like at the
Really? Because it set the tones for the whole game. You think?
It does. Yeah.
It's hard to come back from a bad first drive, in my opinion.
Because it sets the tone for the game. Like I'm gonna get my ass with all game. It's almost on that mindset of their mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how we gotta approach it. We was always undersized or not enough debt. Same thing with the media. Oh, they don't got enough experience. They're too tiny. Like I remember reading the newspaper every time we play. The defensive line would be bigger on average than our offensive line.
Yeah.
So how do you beat a bully, man? You jump on him quick and you don't let him up. And so that's how we approached it. Yeah, especially like my boy Sean Sampson. Reminds me a lot like your boy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Heard a lot about
Not the
yeah.
tallest one in the room. I remember he stepped on campus like $180. But that guy would grade out 90% every time. And I looked up to him because, hey, he's bringing it, so I got to bring it.
Yeah, he's on the
we gotta
side
bring
and
it.
getting it done.
Yeah,
So
he's a
I'm
pit size, Yeah.
Consistently good.
Yeah. And that we all drove each other to that point, especially in practice, hold each other accountable. Winter conditioning, hold each other accountable. In a weight room, come on, you can do 2 more. Let's go.
Let's get it in.
Oh yeah, let's win.
Thanks, everybody.
You know?
So going to that, what about like this rivalry we got with the guys over the mountain? When you coming in from out the state, how was like your first Cat Grizz experience? Or
Well, I didn't even know about the rivalry until I was like 17.
okay,
So it was all kind of new to me. I think the first real shocker was my first start. My first start was Cat Grizz.
your whole career?
Yeah, I almost pissed myself.
that's a tough one.
Which one was it? That one here? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But then after like the first series, it's go time,
You ain't got nowhere else to go, but all right.
Yeah, I'm in it.
Okay. And now it's like as a thing you all in.
That's what the whole thing's about, And then after that, championship, obviously.
Yeah. Sorry. So about you, just as far as like being a Montana guy,
Yeah.
that Cat Grizz game.
You kind of just grow up and it's like that's the game. Like that's everything Montana's about. It's just
You remember
these
that
two-
when you was younger? and
Yeah,
stuff
like
that?
I remember watching it. I was like, this is awesome. Like, this is the Super Bowl of Montana. Like, we don't have a pro team, so this is the biggest game in Montana. So
So was that when you played in your first one? Or?
no, I got hurt.
before
Broke
that.
my leg last year,
Yeah.
so that was probably the hard. Like just sitting on my scooter last year was just the toughest thing, and just knowing. Oh, yeah, it's tough.
No.
I want that trophy on my
Let's talk about that a
shoulder.
little bit, because like you say you transitioned D-line O-line, you
Yeah.
had a bunch of success there, so it's like you was riding high. So
Yeah.
how was you able to deal with that injury? Well,
Just
I
like
know
my
it's pretty
teammates.
heartbreaking,
like,
right?
Yeah, like my teammates always keep me up. Like that positive mindset that you have to have when you get injured. Just like, cause like you get really down, especially like when you're like just not being able to help your team win. just being on the sideline. And so that was the hardest thing, was just feeling like I'm just like dead weight to the team.
For the brotherhood.
Yeah, like I'm just here. I'm just like I'm just an eater, like not a player.
So how you ever know?
That way you fed us some energy.
Nah.
Yeah. Out on the sideline.
You know, the sideline U of M. I was, you know, chirping.
Yeah.
Got to do something, you know.
And I was about to ask you, y'all talk trash? Because we talk to DBs, and they say that's pretty much all they do all the time. It's a lot of yipping and yapping down there in the trenches. Yeah. I know you can't repeat it.
You get poked in the eyes a couple times by, you know, the opponent, and they'll tug at you in different places. But
So type of thing. Both of y'all, you guys talkers?
no.
Not that much? Yeah, Rush, yeah. And I know you was.
Oh,
you
yeah, I
what
know,
I'm saying?
man. Alex Terry used to get mad. He's like, what'd you say to him? I don't know. You blocked him this time, though.
Because you got the player mad that he got a block.
Yeah, exactly. But for me, it was more like, hey, it's the game, right? And you can talk all you want, but it's funny to watch them talk and kick when they're on their back, you know? And then you're like, okay, all right. So next one, my guy got you. All right, I don't have to handle you on this one.
So what about you, the Cat Grizz game? How was that like for you?
I could go off forever on this. I grew up a Bobcat.
Okay.
And at that time, there was no Bobcats in the state.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to hate that. Look like Halloween. And everybody go, yes, what? You know, I used to hate that. I remember it was like 97, bro.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, 97, I was 9 years old, or just turned 9. That's when homeboy kicked it out of bounds. We had the game sold up.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
I was
Yeah.
tears. I
You
was
and me
so
both.
mad. No, I was so mad. And I was pissed my dad went and he didn't bring me.
Oh,
I had to watch
yeah.
on the little
You was
TV.
quiet 2 times.
Yeah, I was mad, but
97.
you know that carrying
Wasn't
that my whole
alive.
life.
Either.
Oh man, when we finally got to play, I knew what time it was. We had a new head coach my freshman year. He did not know what Montana versus Montana State was. He didn't know it was Cat Grizz. He just thought it was another game. Yeah, and I think he learned real quick.
But it's fun, too. I know.
You know what I mean? It's just a rivalry.
Yeah, I think that's good. Like,
Yeah.
I know we got bigger aspirations and bigger goals, playoffs, national championships, all that type of thing, but I think it's also dope to have this, you know, every year that you get to play for. I don't know, this is something weird.
For us, in our time, it was the conference championship.
Yeah, it was, huh?
Whoever win this game win the conference. Whoever win this game gets a playoff.
It really was, though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's what it came down to. And so for us, it was extra special that time we beat them in 2010 because it had been a while. And Mike Ryder got that sweet little pick to end the game, and it was a blizzard game. And that's how we approached every game. It didn't matter if it was hot or cold, man. The offensive line came out looking like we was ready to go to spring or fall camp.
Okay, I see what you're saying. It was spring break.
Yeah, you know, we had our bellies showing, no long sleeves, you know, different things like that. Yeah, our coach told us we were gonna do that. And I remember we were getting ready to go out, and Coach McIndoe was all buttoned up, and we're like, hey, what about no sleeves?
Oh,
You know,
the
yeah, we
coach
called him out.
Yeah.
I forgot who it was exactly. I think it was Andrew Verlanik or Alex Terry, and one of them called him out. And so he's over there shivering, lips blue. You know, he was just as happy to win that game as we were. But, you know, that's that culture, right? That's what really set the tone. And I remember watching so many Cat Grizz games where it could have went our way, but it didn't. So when it was my time, I was like, I can't let those guys down. The ones that before me and the ones after me. You know what I mean? I owe it to everybody. So
And then, for you, like, personally, like, would you be, like, Native American? Did that hold any other special things for you when you was out there? Because you seemed like you was representing your culture.
Yeah, I was.
Representing your people. Was there any other natives on the team when you played?
when I played, it was Joe Fuller
Okay.
and then Kyle Baker.
Okay.
And then other than that, my brother Matt, you know, he was redshirt freshman when I was a senior, but I always had to hear about Tuff Harris and Levi Horn, native kids that played for Montana. And I felt some type of way because they're enemy tribes. And Missoula is home for us. So is Bozeman. All of Montana's Blackfeet country. And so for us, you know, Missoula, we call it Medicine Rock. And so I felt some type of way that these guys are on my home turf thinking they're going to beat us. You know what I mean?
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope right
Still
there. So
protecting
you got
my
most
line.
so besides the Cat Grizz, you got like long history.
Long history.
So their tribe used to battle your tribe way back in the day.
And them Crows and even them Cheyennes, we got along, but there were some skirmishes back in the day. So for me, I was always, hey man, I got to rep not only for my family, but my people. You know, this was no joke back in the day. You know, I'm protecting my home.
So almost like, hey, you fight for multiple reasons, ancestors and your brotherhood and stuff
Yep.
like there. So
That's how we go.
Was there any pressure in that too then?
There was a little bit, but not too much. You know, it was a family joke. I had an aunt and uncle that went to Montana State and transferred to University of Montana. And we always said, well, when they did that, they raised the overall GPA at both schools, you know, because they got to study hard over there. And so seeing them in the stands and their grit stuff, I felt some type of way. You know what I mean? But after the game, they had that blue and gold on. Like, that's my nephew. So
Okay.
it was cool, you know. It was cool because there's a lot of Native people from my tribe that go to University of Montana. Not anymore. They all come here. But I'm not saying this because of me and my brothers. I'm just saying, you know, different times. You know what I mean? And so for me, I was like, man, no, I'm going to make these guys my fans. Watch.
Okay.
Yep.
Even you was able to come back and help and work at our American Indian Council
Yes.
for a little bit.
Yeah, it was outreach communications coordinator there.
Okay.
And it was did a lot of the cultural programming. You know, for me, I was fortunate. I grew up. I know who I am. You know, and then that helps me maneuver anywhere in this world. I can go anywhere because I know who I am, and I know what I'm not. And so for me, being able to have that identity, you know, like the old ones say that a tree can grow as tall as the sky because its roots run deep, and my roots has always been here. So that's why it was extra special for me being here. That's why I chose to stay here instead of go to Colorado State.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because I know you have bigger school offers.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons why you chose MSU over.
Yeah, I wanted to stay home. I mean, I got 4 younger brothers, and I adored them. And now I got four boys that I'm raising. So for me, it meant more than just football. You know what I mean? I knew I could go anywhere and play, put on the pads, but I wanted to stay. I wanted to be visible, tangible, and not somebody that just left and forgot, you know?
Right. Oh, that's
mean?
the thing. And have that here. And that's cool, because now you always get to come back here. Like, you always have a home now.
I know it feels
You know what
good.
I'm saying? Like everything. I think I seen you at graduation or something.
Yep.
And you was walking in like the mayor. I saw you across the room, but I'm like, bro, if he shake one more person's hand, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
Coming
dead.
I'm like, bro, we already running late. Like, sit your ass down so he can.
I know my mom was looking at me like, this guy's always late. Like, you the one that taught me to be nice, Mom.
I got to greet everybody.
Smile and
when they
wave.
come
You the
in.
one that taught me that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it's been extra special.
Some of that mindset is dope, because that transition almost to the online room. Like, y'all almost are the caregivers of the program, of the team. You know what I'm saying? People, they look back on it. What did Justice say? Is like something like, you always want a O-lineman to be your best man in a wedding. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to be the ones that they gonna come through. You know, they're going to be the ones that pick you up in the airport. You know what I mean? Whatever type thing. They
Make sure you're not late.
Yeah.
Make sure your breath's okay for that first kid.
You take care of all the little things and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But I think it's just the detail you put into your position, and it's trying to transition over to life, right? Type deal. What are some of you guys' dreams and aspirations? Do you got any bigger goals? Obviously, take football as far as it can go, right? And then what? Is there any bigger goals that you want to do ever? Or
I mean, league is a big goal for mine.
since you was a little boy anyway, and now just trying to get to that
I mean,
point, right?
as a little boy, like, I mean, I was big, but I wasn't like big. I was kind of chubby, like you were saying.
Yeah.
So it never really occurred to me, but once I got here, I'm like, damn, like, I'm actually like pretty good.
Sure, yeah, it clicked, huh?
Yeah, so it kind of clicked, and I'm like, might as well take it and run with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also academics, like if that doesn't work out, I want to pursue a career and be successful in that manner.
Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think I'll just take it as far as I can. You know, if I get a shot, if I get a shot, you know, I'll take that. But you know, if not, I'll go into business. So, you know,
And wherever you let it go. Because you had an opportunity or something, right?
Oh,
You
man,
was up battling
I was
injuries,
balling
right?
out, yeah, and then homecoming tore my MCL, and I had to sit out a few games. So you know, it's one of those.
You played on the torn MCL or something, didn't
Yeah, I
you?
did. I finished the season. I came back for Cat Grizz, but Coach Ash is like, "We're gonna save you for playoffs," and I'm like, "Oh, here we go with this." And I was heated, but I beat it for my boy.
Okay, I know what
You
you
know what I
said, 'cause
mean?
he didn't see the cat green.
Yeah,
okay,
he never did. It took him a long time.
And it's
So-
crazy how it can just happen like that.
No, you never know when your last play is, man. So that's why if I could share anything with you, embrace it, man. Embrace the suck, embrace the good, because you never know when your last snap's gonna come, right? I seen guys get hurt in winter conditioning and never come back. You know, you just never know when it is. So every time you put on that helmet and every time you get a snap, make it your best one yet, you know? Because it happens like that. I had aspirations to play, but I figured the NFL meant not for Leo, so I kept it moving. A couple years later, I did get an opportunity to play indoor, but you know, at that time I was trying to be a family man. And I still haven't found what my niche is. I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. Tried a lot of different things, as you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's just
That's part
development
of
as a
being
human.
Yeah, that is, and that's part of being an offensive lineman. I'm gonna give it my all, and I'm gonna go back to the film room and be like, oh, yep, nah, this play ain't working. We better toss that one out, you know. And then we're on to the next one now. Here we go, and come back and reevaluate and keep it moving.
Even on that aspect, like that's why you just keep getting up and keep trying.
You have
never
to.
know, you know what happened. I think that's one thing that you bring forward as far as football players. Like I always say that same thing. Like if people knew how hard you guys worked every day, right?
knew.
But if
they knew.
like right, because they say, oh, football players get this or that. Like, bro, like we earn every cent and every meal and everything. Like, I wish I could just come home after class and just sit around. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many things I got to do to maintain this and kind of keep it moving. What was like, I guess that turning point for both of you guys here at the program, like as far as in that locker room? Was it some of the older guys coming in? Did you guys already see the culture in there when you guys first came in here? Or, you know what I mean? Because I just hear from so many people how great they feel our O-line culture is. Like how you guys support each other, how it's in like one movement. Was it just from that people talking trash last year, or was it already kind of in there when you first stepped foot from some of the older guys?
I think the big thing for me was when I first got here, we were still in the brick.
Okay.
And the brick, you know, it's the brick.
Yeah.
And that whole first year I was here, the BIC was getting built. And the whole time it was getting built, I was like, dang, you guys are going from this to that? Like, you guys must have been doing something. And that kind of clicked to me. And I was like, dang, like you guys really did put in the work. And
We get that thing going. Anything?
I think Coach Choate, like, overall did a very good job of, like, instilling, like, a culture of, like, character, accountability, toughness state. You know, cats are analogy. Like, I think from day one, you're just, like, this instilled into you. And so I think the old guys, like, when I was a freshman, did a good job of just teaching us the ways. Because, like, I remember the first practice, we were going out on the grass field, and I walk out there, and the first thing Coach Choate said to us was, "Don't walk on the field."
Right.
So I thought, like, that was during practice. You know, I'm a freshman. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And so, like, right when I walk out there, Bryce Stirk says, "Turn around and run back, and then run back here." I'm like, what? So, like, day one, yeah,
so
just
important.
accountability is huge in our program. So
Okay. Yeah, I kind of manage yourselves in those rooms anyway, though,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So as far as O-line, you hold each other accountable,
Yeah.
everything like moving forward.
Yeah, you have to, you know? And that's kind of like, for me, my freshman year, when I redshirted, I remember getting a text from Chase Cazzero, and he was like, hey, we're having a players meeting. And we went in the locker room, and there was no coaches there. You know, we was having I would say, a successful season, but we was losing a lot of close games. So we finally decided right then and there, and I'll never forget this, we said we play for whoever's in this room. If they're not in this room, we don't play for them. And I remember that, and everybody's had that look. When nobody said nothing, we just all, okay, bet. And I think that's when it really changed for me, and that culture really started to develop within our little nucleus, Bobcat family. You know what I mean? And that tradition for me was always there, but I didn't see it yet until that moment. I think we had just lost to Eastern Washington by like just a few, I think it was 7 points, maybe 13 points. There was a couple turnovers late, and we had the game on the line, and we was gonna win that thing. And after that, we said, hey, no more of this, man. We're not gonna blame the coaches, because we're not playing for the coaches. We're playing for each other right here, whoever in this room. And that really set the tone for me, you know? And then being a big brother myself, that next year when a freshman come in, I said, hey, man, this is welcome to Bobcat Football. This is what we do. This is what we don't do. You know, same thing when we're downtown. You know, off season, having a good time. There's some things that we do and there's some things that we don't do. I know we work hard and play hard too, but at the same time, we just hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
You know, get to class, man. I ain't trying to run first thing in the morning for you. You know, better get to class. You know?
Yeah.
And so we used to do that.
Even when I was talking to when Lewis Kidd, we talking about when he was on the Saints, I was asking him just like how it was, and he said the thing he missed the most is the brotherhood You know, he said it developed a little bit throughout the season, but it is so different in the league because it's checks involved. You know what I mean? It's like I'm feeding my family off this. I really want to help you, but bro, I gotta. He said it's totally. He said it's totally different. He said that was the only thing that he really missed was like feeling like genuinely someone's caring for you and rooting for you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then between there, you find different people within the rooms that you can buddy up with, have that type thing. But he missed like the whole O-line or even the whole team, the whole offense, or even offense versus defense type thing. You know,
we don't got any egos in the room.
Oh,
Yeah. Everyone wants everyone to do good. You know what I mean?
It was football.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, okay, I'm gonna give you one last thing. If you want to tell them, like, you wish if you was in their situation right now, a couple more years to play ball, what would you tell them if that was you?
If it was me, man, I would just take it day by day and enjoy it. And I hate to quote Friday Night Lights, but it's pretty soon it's gonna be memories and babies. You know what I mean? And so enjoy it, man. Love it, embrace it. Grab that game, hug it close to your body and carry it on your heart. You know what I mean? Because I know when I die, they're gonna do the autopsy. They're gonna see blue and gold running through my veins. It's dope. You know what I mean? I already know that. So yeah.
And that's I feel you on that because I've always had a love-hate relationship for the game, but at the end of the day, I realize this game has done so much for me, and I really appreciate it.
You should.
Yeah.
Because it teaches
Did you realize that not too late type deal?
Nah, man, it teaches you how to get up when you get knocked down because life's going to knock you down, man. When football's over with, there's some plays where you think, oh, I ain't coming back from this. And a weaker man might. Nah, you know what I mean? It teaches you how to have accountability, not for yourself, but for others. And it teaches you how to be a leader, man. Anywhere you go, you can take over a room. You know what I mean? Because you're already like, you know? So just go be that dude. Yeah.
All right, thanks you guys again for coming down. It's the week episode of the Players Lounge. Shout out to the O-line. Support the Don Joy Mafia, and we out of here.
We just getting started like the kickoff. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch the lift off.
What about you?